Okay, guys, I do believe we are live. Welcome to what I've officially called the Lockdown League. Mortal Kombat tournament, kind of just on the spur of the moment. Everybody kind of came on board. We've got 28. That's right, guys, you heard correctly. 28 participants here today. So, just to give you a quick update in terms of what's going to be happening this afternoon, if you go into the challenge link, which I've sent to the Steam chat group as we speak, you'll see the brackets up and running there. So what I am going to do is I'm going to basically set the tournament as follows. We are going to only focus on Group A as things stand right now. Group A, round 1. So we're going to get those games underway. Not every game will be played on stream, so there's officially 1, 2, 3 games, of which one of them are going to be played on stream. The game that you are going to see on stream, guys, is going to be the matchup between the Stabs and Ngoni 615. So you guys will get your invitation shortly. Immediately after those 3 games of Group A, round 1, we're then going to go into Group B, round 1. Finish those 3 matches, then go into Group C, round 1, as well as Group D, round 1. So we're only going to get the round 1 matches underway right now. And for every group, there's going to be 1 match on stream, and then simultaneously I beg your pardon, the other matches can take place as well. So I've got my man Solomon's in the KOTH with me. What's going to happen right now, if Forensic on the other side can maybe just invite the other matches to take place, the match between Shelzable and the System, if Forensic can please make sure that that happens, as well as the match between 1337 Ghost and Caucasian Dynamite. So the Stabs and Ngoni is going to happen now. All the round 1 matches for each of the groups are going to happen first. And what you're going to see is that as the matches finish, the groups in the challenge link are going to be updated. The scores, this is a 1st to 2 setting, guys. So it's a first 1 to 2. Tournament rules apply, tournament variation. The loser is the only one that can change character. The winner is going to be stuck to whatever character he's won the match with. And we'll take it from there. So I'm going to ask the administrators, Forensic and Solomons, to just keep in contact with me on the Steam chat. Group A matches are going to take place now, round 1 only. So you'll see if you go into the bracket, there are a couple of you who already got buys and have been automatically placed into round 2. You'll just have to hold on until the round 1 matches are finished. But right now, guys, Group 1, or Group A rather, round 1, match coming up between the Stabs and Ngoni 615. Guys, if you are ready, I see you are both in the KOTH. If you are ready, we can proceed, and I will get you guys to see exactly what's going on here. Okay, so I think the 2 gentlemen have actually started already. So I'm just going to get the background music to stop. I'm going to get the game underway. So it's Ngoni with his upgraded Jackie pick in the spawn costume. It is the Stabs going with Soul Eater, and the Stabs looks to be taking an early life lead in this first round here. Guys, if you can just let me know in the Steam chat if you are able to see the YouTube feed as Stabs takes that first round. 14 guys watching in YouTube right now. Thank you so much, guys. As Stabs takes that first round. Okay, you'll notice that the names are not corrected. I'll sort that out shortly. So Ngoni down 1 round, up against Stabs, Soul Eater Shang Tsung. Devonmore, I'm aware of the names right now, don't worry, I'll sort that out as soon as possible. We are playing on PC, so there is some limitations with regards to minimizing the game while the stream is taking place. I'll just wait till this match to be finished, and whatever the score is, I'll just update both the scores as well as the names. Okay, and Ngoni looking to have found a way to fight back here in the second round here. Okay, it's 1 round apiece, guys. So I think the start of this tournament is quite interesting because at this point in time it looks like a very evenly poised matchup here. Ngoni coming through with a YOLO flying diving fist there of Jackie Briggs. He opens himself up, but unfortunately Stabs didn't take advantage of that, and Ngoni comes with a full combo here, 245 life points damage, and Stabs trying to come back here, but unfortunately it's the last minute knee with the equivalent grab. Yeah, it looks like a good combo. Oh, this looks good. 247 damage of his own. Very even at this point in time, guys. So Stabs looking really strong here. And now Ngoni is in fatal blow territory. He tries the YOLO slide, and unfortunately Ngoni is awake. And this is where it becomes tricky. Very close matchup here. Again, misses the guys. Stabs has taken that first game. Remember, guys, it is a first to 2. It's a first to 2. For those of you who are just coming into the chat night right now, the Steam chat, that will have the link to the challenge bracket. As the matches taking place, not all the matches are going to be on stream, but as the matches are taking place, what's going to happen is, Forensic, if you can just update us in terms of the scores of the other matches. So it's Stabs as things stand right now. It's Stabs that is in the lead. So I'm just busy updating that, guys. You are going to hear a bit of silence, and that's unfortunate because that's just unfortunately the limitation that we have as a PC community. But I'm getting back into the action now, guys. Okay, so Ngoni sticks with his Jackie pick. And he's hoping to fight back here, and unfortunately eats a crushing blow to the chin. Stabs tries to convert, but the air escape prevented that from happening, and Ngoni is starting to fight back now. Okay, I think this is the Stab's first appearance in a tournament. This is now Ngoni's third. He's actually a former champion, guys, so he might be down 1-0, but I can guarantee you this game is far from over. These are first to 2 settings, so Ngoni is basically stuck with Jackie for the rest of the set. And Stab's coming through with some Shang Tsung overheads here, and Ngoni finds himself in a bit of trouble. He does it again, and he's not aware that that string is an overhead. And Stabs finds himself on match point here. Okay, back with throw. Stabs looking really strong here with the Shang Tsung pick. Again, smells that rocket fist coming from a mile away, and Ngoni's in some serious trouble here. Ngoni's having difficulty getting in. Misses the launch, and unfortunately this looks like it could be very close to the end for Ngoni. Stabs coming through with a couple of down twos, but Tab has taken that 2-0 over a former champion Ngoni. So well played to the Stabs. I will be updating that result on the challenge bracket as we speak. So guys, thank you so much. If you can just leave the KOTH as soon as possible, and I will get the next match which will be in group number 2, or group B rather. Round number 1, group B. So let me just update that as I'm here. Guys, it is a first to 2, so thank you so much. I will just let you guys know that the Stabs has won by 2 games to 0. Stabs is the winner, so thank you, Ngoni, for your participation. You are down to the losers bracket, so I don't think you need to be worried too much, Ngoni. There is still a chance for you to get back into this thing. But what's going to happen right now is I'm going to be updating the scores on the challenge bracket. So Stabs taking that by 2 games to 0 against Ngoni. Very well played to Stabs. And okay, so what we're going to do in the meantime, while we're waiting for the other matches to take place, we are going to go live on stream to see a match between Alamak and Luderik. So I'm going to be sending invitations out to you two young gentlemen, and we're going to be seeing that match on stream fairly shortly. Alamak versus Luderik. So let me just see if both of these guys are in fact in. I see Alamak is there, and I see Luderik is there as well. So we're just going to wait for these guys to come into the stream. So basically, Forensic, if you are listening to me, if you can just let me know what the scores are for the other matches, so that we can get the brackets updated as soon as possible. The invitations have gone out now to Alamak and to Luderik. So that's going to be happening shortly. Forensic, if you can just let me know if these other matches are in fact taking place. The Stabs taking that by 2 games to 0 over Ngoni. Okay, I see Alamak has joined the KOTH lobby as we speak, so we're just waiting on Luderik to join in as well, and we'll get that match underway. Okay guys, so we're going to see quite a few matches on stream. I'm trying to make sure that the interval in between matches is not going to be too long. So we are just waiting for Luderik to join the KOTH as well. Okay, so Luderik, if we can just come and join us as soon as possible so that we can get this started. Guys, so this is again one of those tournaments that, like I say, has probably happened very quickly and a bit unexpectedly as well. I know everybody is quite eager to just get some information in terms of what's happening. So if somebody can just make sure that everybody is aware of the YouTube link, it would be really appreciated. I'm going to just wait patiently for our good friend Alaric to come and join the KOTH lobby so that we can get the next match underway. I think he is there. So we'll get that started as soon as possible, guys. Okay, so if I can just make sure that everybody is on the same page here, I have sent a link to the WhatsApp group, and I think Alamak and Luderik are ready to go here, guys. They are ready to go, so I'm just going to set this up quickly. If I go into the tournament panel, I'm kind of thinking out loud as I'm speaking here, guys, so just bear with me. But we have Alamak versus Luderik, and the match is about to take place.
Where'd you get that scar?
You know.
Oh, that's right. Me. Round
Okay,
one.
Kano versus Sub-Zero. Here we go. Now, Alamek, this is actually Alamek's first tournament as well, guys. So he's fairly new to the tournament scene from a PC perspective, going up against a very accomplished Sub-Zero player in Ludwig. Alamek, known for his YOLO approach to most of the matches. And he plays a dirtbag Kano, probably in a way that's very uncomfortable for most of his opponents. 23 people in the YouTube chat right now. Really appreciate it, guys. Guys, if you are new, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. We are trying to get to 100 subscribers before the end of lockdown, as Alamek has just taken that first round in double quick time there. Okay, and this is maybe an opportunity for Ludwig, but he didn't take note of the fact that there was fire protecting Kano, and unfortunately unable to get the punish, even though Kano was frozen. And Ludwig looking in a fair bit of trouble right now. Okay, players are being a bit patient. Kano, unfortunately for Ludwig, becomes immune to projectiles and whatever other shenanigans Sub-Zero is trying while he's got the Kano ball enhanced. Getting a bit of momentum here is Alam, or Ludwig rather. Okay, he probably is one advanced or amplified slide away from a crushing blow, but that's not going to make any difference right now, as Kano and Alamek has taken that game number one. Sanazuki, hello, just another Joe. Welcome. J-Word Audio, thank you so much for your participation, guys. Panda, I see you, my friend. Panda, known for his PS4 antics with a very, very advanced level Cetrion, guys. If you ever have a chance to go in and see Panda's streams, he streams quite often as well. Panda, if you can just maybe put in the chat there your Steam channel, or your YouTube channel rather, so that guys who are interested can join you in your streams as well. Carlo's stream is looking good today. Thanks, Kevin. I really appreciate the feedback. As we're going into this round, or match number 2 between Alamek and Ludwig. Alamek up by 1-0 right now. Good throw tech there, but unfortunately eats a sweep for his troubles. Alamek making it extremely difficult for Ludwig to get in. He's got these fire Molotov cocktails put out in perfect strategic spots here, and unfortunately Ludwig is not able to do too much here. Goes for the amplified slide, gets a bit closer to, and unfortunately for Ludwig, Alamek suddenly finds himself on match point. Guys, I happen to be part of this tournament as well, and unfortunately the next match is going to have to be myself going up against, I think it's Word the Rebel, I'm not too sure, I'll just check the bracket again. But immediately after this match I am going to be playing live on my own stream, so I just ask that you guys bear with me, but unfortunately I can't run a tournament without at least being tempted to participate in it as well. Alamek looking extremely strong here against Ludwig, tries to get in, but he's protected once again by that Molotov cocktail, and Ludwig looking in a fair bit of trouble here. Eats a forward grab in a crushing blow, and unfortunately in double quick time Alamek has taken that game, but 2-0. He mercies, and unfortunately that mercy probably didn't even register for Ludwig, and he finds himself on the receiving end of a 2-0 victory, and a convincing victory at that by Alamek. So well played to Alamek there. Your score has already been updated in the bracket. Alamek taking that by 2-0, guys. Alamak taking that by 2-0. And then I just got word that the other match between Shalzable and the System, if these guys can just leave the KOTH as well, thank you so much. Okay, so we are going into the next match right now. That is going to be myself against Word the Rebel. So if I can just ask whether or not the other match between 1337 Ghost and Caucasian Dynamite has finished. I'm just waiting for that score to come in. But while I'm waiting for that score, I am going to invite Word the Rebel to come and join myself and Solomon in the KOTH. And this match is going to be played on stream as well. Guys, I'm not being biased or anything to that effect. Unfortunately, it's just one of those things that I am hosting the stream, and unfortunately, I can't disconnect from the stream when I have a match on as well. So you're going to see me on stream as well. Forensic, if I can just get the score between 1337 Ghost and Caucasian Dynamite, if that match is in fact completed. If somebody from the Steam group can maybe just send Forensic a WhatsApp message to find out what the score is for the match in Group A between 1337 Ghost and Caucasian Dynamite. Word the Rebel is in, so we are going to go over to our stream. Okay, I see a couple of questions coming through as to why certain players are always put up against certain players. Unfortunately, guys, for those of you who are listening, it's a randomized bracket, so we didn't make any seeds. We just randomized the bracket, and as a result, you were just randomly chosen an opponent. So I'm not being biased in any way. It's just one of those things. Okay, we are going to go back to our stream right now, guys. So I'm just going to leave AFK, and then it's going to be myself taking on Word the Rebel. Guys, I'm doing a lot of screen swaps, so if you can just keep me updated as well in terms of whether or not the
KOTH the Barbarian.
Bilal, I think that's the name. The bracket is not online, but you can go and I think what I'm going to try to do, my friend, is I'm going to try to put the bracket into the video description, and you could possibly access the bracket from there.
Mr. Rourke.
Okay, Westy, I see your question coming through. Has the tournament started? Yes, it indeed has. If Word the Rebel can maybe just select the stage, and I'm going to go to my favorite map as well.
What a dump.
Okay, Word the Rebel, one of those players that I actually get to play quite often, so it's going to be an interesting match. Always have good challenges between myself and Word the Rebel. Jivan, Group D is going to start as soon as Group C is completed, so hang in there, my friend.
Then what am I, Shang
Okay,
Tsung?
Shang Tsung Warlock versus KOTH Khan. I didn't see what variation he's chosen.
Fight.
The totemic variation. Okay, the first round goes to Shang Tsung. I just realized that before transforming into KOTH, I have absolutely no experience playing with the totemic variation. Just missed my jump there. Fatal blow for my troubles there. So Murder Rebel taking probably a character that I'm not familiar with him playing into Totemic KOTH Khan and fighting back here. Okay, so the first round goes to myself. This is the first to two setting, guys, for those of you who are new here. So first to two setting. Never more saying he needs to go eat away, my friend. Eat away. Guys, thank you so much for taking part in this chat. I really appreciate it. You know, it really brings some sort of feeling to my inside when I'm able to just bring a community together and participate in one thing that we all enjoy. I don't think anybody can deny that. And that is playing Mortal Kombat. So I really appreciate it. You have no idea how much. And thank you so much for your participation. I've also just heard my notification go off to say that we have a new subscriber. So whoever that is, thank you so much.
Big trouble.
Sanazuki, thank you, my friend. Really appreciate the positive feedback.
Shang Tsung's island ruins.
I'd almost like to encourage both players to choose a map because, you know, it always feels like if one person has the choice of what map to play, they have whatever advantage they're hoping for by choosing a particular match. There's 31 people in the chat, by the way. Thank you so much for the subscribe. Really appreciate it. Bulela, hi guys. Bulela, the newest member in our, or not the newest member, but one of the latest members in our Steam community.
Then
welcome, my friend.
Shang Tsung.
Okay, just got word that Ghost has taken that 2-0 over Caucasian Dynamite. So Group A is finished now as we're getting this second game in Group B underway. You're not going to get me with that this time, at least not yet. I missed my jump kick, how can I? Oh, that's gonna be a crushing blow. Not my intention there, guys. Not quite sure how that came out. Just missed the cat pounce or the kitty pounce, and I find myself in match point right now.
Round 2. Fight.
With this variation too much, guys.
Finish. Finish him.
Okay, so I've taken that by 2 games to 0, guys. Thank you, Word the Rebel, for that match. Really appreciate it. Okay, guys, we are going to take a little break now. I'm going to entertain you with some classic MK music, but I'm just trying to rearrange the bracket. So we are going to go to a very, very quick break. We should be back in no more than 2 minutes. And if I'm not mistaken, after that 2 minutes, I'll be able to tell you exactly who's going to be playing next on stream. So guys, if you can just bear with me, we are going to a break, and I will see all of you guys shortly. Okay, so we are back, guys. So just while we were on a break, I was updating the challenge bracket. And I'm not sure if I can add the challenge bracket through to the YouTube description as we speak right now. But what's happening right now is, if I'm not mistaken, we are now going into Group C. Going to witness, hopefully fairly soon, a match between Clarence Renzo and Jim Chori. So Clarence Renzo and Jim Chori in Group C. We're just waiting for Jim Chori to come and join us in the KOTH lobby. If I can just ask Solomons if he has maybe invited our good friend Jim. Let's just see, it looks like Jim Chori is out of the game. Maybe he's booting up. Okay, so we'll just give him a couple of moments. And then this is quite an interesting group, guys, because we've got, in Group C, we've got somebody that most of us on the PC side of things will be familiar with, and that is Atrocity, actually taking on Forensic. So, Forensic, if you can maybe let me know as soon as the match between JKL and Ballistic Anarchy is done. We would like to have you on stream as well, Forensic. Okay, Jim Chori, if you are here, I see you are here, so I'm going to send you an invitation. He has been texted on Steam as well, so Jim, if you are here, if you can maybe just accept the invitation as soon as possible. Solomon's press shift tab. Okay, he's just getting some instructions there in terms of how to go about accepting the invitation. So we are waiting on Jim Chori. And as soon as Jim Chori joins us, we will then get the next match on stream. Okay, Jim Chori, it looks like he's playing Mortal Kombat 11 now, guys. So he should be in the lobby fairly shortly. Let's just wait for him to come in and join us. I'm looking here to see if he's on this list, but for some other reason I can't find him just yet. So Solomon, you can just let me know if you have sent him the invitation already. So guys, just while we're waiting for the match to get underway, Group A is finished. Round 1 is finished. We had 1337 taking a 2-0 over Caucasian Dynamite. We then had Charlesable all the way from the UK, funny enough, taking on the System, taking that match by 2-0. And then I think the surprise of the day thus far, guys, the Stabs, Kevin Johnson taking that 2-0 over a former champion in Ngoni 615. Going down to Group B, we've got Alamak taking on Ludwig, and Alamak has taken that by 2-0. A very dangerous looking Kano there. Myself, Charlie Wolf, took on Word the Rebel, and I took that 2-0 as well. And JKL and Ballistic Anarchy, I think that match is still taking place as we speak. So, guys, without further ado, let's go into the next match. A match between Jim Chori and Clarence Renzo. Okay, guys, so you are going to hear some silence. Please do not be too bothered by that. I think those of you who are familiar with my streams would probably hear that just about every single occasion. It's just one of those things that we have to deal with as a result of being on the PC. Okay, Jim Chori is there. Not sure what happened to Clarence Renzo, so let's just try to get Clarence back in. Clarence Renzo, he's got another invitation. Guys, so the tournament seems to be going fairly good so far. The pace is good. Guys are ready for these matches. You are still have Atrocity and Gorni's name display. Okay, that's all been sorted out now. Clarence Renzo, where are you? We are just waiting for you to come in and join us so that we can get this tournament continued. He was in this lobby not too long ago, guys, so he should be here fairly shortly. Okay, so Clarence Renzo, we're just waiting on him. Okay, guys, so the moment this round one of each of the four groups is done, we're then going to proceed to the winner side of round number 2. There are a couple of people who received buys as a result of the amount of players that were in the tournament. So we're going to go into round number 2 of Group A as soon as it's done. Clarence Renzo saying it's failing to connect. Okay, so we're just going to give it one more try. Okay, just getting some word that Ballistic Anarchy has taken that 2-0 over JKL. So that scores has been updated. Okay, so with that being said, guys, we are waiting for Clarence Renzo to come in and join us. He is having a little bit of difficulty coming into the lobby, so we're just going to try one more time. Solomon, I see you sent him an invite as well. That's perfect. So let's just see if it's going to come up in about fairly soon. Guys, it's 5:55 South African time right now. And, you know, I think the entire world is either in quarantine or in absolute lockdown right now. So, you know, I think what the better way to be stuck at home, enjoying or watching, playing, whatever it may be, some Mortal Kombat action. We are waiting a bit of a while for Clarence Renzo to come in. Amir Abrams, welcome to the chat. Really appreciate your... You know, I'm actually looking at my Steam page now, and one of our former competitors in Edster, a very good Kitana and Jackie Briggs player, failed to register for this particular tournament, so I'm not sure what has happened there. Clarence Renzo, if you can just update us in terms of what's happening, because if that's not going to happen, we're going to have to move on to the next match because we are spending a bit of time waiting. Again, how was my ping the first time? I didn't see your ping, Clarence Renzo. Okay, so Solomon, if you can maybe just try and invite him one more time. If not, I'm going to go to the next Group C match, and that's going to be Atrocity taking on Forensic. So let's just see if Solomons can maybe just invite Clarence one more time. Okay, Jim Chori, thank you for your patience. I know I see you waiting, and of course everybody who is live or watching the YouTube video live, thank you so much for your patience. We are going to try to get Clarence in here as soon as possible. In the meantime, what I'm going to do for you is just to play some classic Mortal Kombat music for you, and hopefully we can get an update on Clarence fairly soon. Okay, so I think Clarence, if somebody can maybe just send a email or sorry, a WhatsApp message through to Clarence to then just have his match with Jim Chori done off stream. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to the next match, and I believe that next match is between Atrocity and Forensic. So I'm going to ask Jim Chori if he can maybe just leave the lobby, if he can have his match with Clarence Renzo done offline, if they can just report the scores to me once that match is done, and then we're going to go over to Forensic versus Atrocity. Okay, thank you so much to Jim Chori for leaving. So if I'm gonna get Forensic to take on Atrocity. Oh gosh, Clarence Lenzo has just come in. So let's just see if where is Jim Chori? Okay, so Clarence Lenzo's in now. I'm not sure if there's a bit of confusion happening here, guys, but we are taking a bit long. Okay, so send. Okay, so let me just see. Clarence Lenzo's ping is 83. I'm not sure where Jim Chori is from. But if Solomon can maybe just send Jim Chori another invitation, I'd really appreciate it. Okay, so let me just see. I think Ballistic Anarchy has taken that match, that Group A match, or Group B match, sorry, by 2-0. So I haven't seen anybody get on the board yet. All the matches so far, from what I can see, guys, has been won by 2-0. So I've got the friend request here from one of our competitors, so that I really appreciate. It just makes it that much easier for me to invite these guys. Okay, I think Jim Chori might be back in. He is. Okay, guys, so I think we're going to start with this match. So I'm going to get rid of the Mortal Kombat Classic music. I'm going to go over to the in-game. And then I think we're going to get this match underway between Jim Chori and Clarence Renzo. Nothing's happening off stream at the moment, guys, because immediately after this we're going into Atrocity, who's going to be taken on. Okay, so that's clearly not working, guys. If Solomon's or Forensic can maybe just find out what the issue has been there, I'm going to go over to our next match. So I'm actually going to leave the Skoth right now, and I'm going to invite Forensic and Atrocity to come and join us in Atrocity. Our former champion, our current champion rather, is going to be taking on Forensic, and as soon as either of these players accept the invitations, I'm going to be re-inviting Solomons to come in. If somebody can just let both Clarence Renzo as well as Jim Chori know that they can just settle their match off stream and send us that updated score as soon as possible. Okay, so I'm just going to go AFK here as we're waiting for Forensic, who's now come in. Okay, Atrocity, if you are ready, then we can get this match underway. You can leave AFK and we can get this match underway. So if Atrocity can just leave AFK and we can get this match underway. I will invite Solomons back into the KOTH fairly shortly. Okay, the match is about to get underway, guys. So Solomons, if you can hear me, I'm sending you another invite. As soon as you receive this, please just go AFK. And I think we are about ready to get okay, just as I'm busy updating the game here, and I think we're going to get back into it.
Sub-Zero. Snowman.
Okay, if somebody can just send a invite or a message rather to
Foxy Lady.
to Clarence Renzo and to Jim Chori, please settle that match offline and report your scores as soon as possible.
Fantastic Beasts.
Okay, guys, we are about ready for this match between Atrocity and Forensic. Somebody, if you can please just let Jim Chori and Clarence Renzo know that they need to settle that match offline, off stream, and just report that scores as soon as possible. Unfortunately, they're not going to be able to join us on stream.
Yeah, but he's not nearly as pretty.
Also your self-delusion.
So we've got a Jade up against Johnny Cage. Jade being Forensic, Johnny Cage being Atrocity, and here we go. Atrocity going with the showstopper variation here. Okay, Jade not looking too shabby at this moment, but unfortunately gets opened up there by Atrocity, and this is where problems might start for Jade. In the corner, zero defensive bar. Good anti-air, and unfortunately the first round, from Forensic's point of view, goes to Atrocity. 54 seconds remaining, so a fairly quick round. And Forensic's going to have to try something a little bit different here. Atrocity awake to that overhead. Slow on the punish there. Okay, we've got another match coming up fairly shortly. I'm going to ask that that match takes place offline. The match between... I beg your pardon. I think the next one is also going to be taking place online. That's the match between Solomons and I think we have a gentleman by the name of Weed, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. As Atrocity is about to close out this first game. Atrocity taking a 1-0 lead. Guys, you are going to hear some silence. I'm going to repeat myself regularly. But unfortunately, that's just one of the things that we have to deal with. Atrocity taking a 1-0 lead. And Forensic's going to have to do something a little bit different. Possibly a Sub-Zero pick. Guys, for everyone that has won a match today thus far, every single score has been 2-0. Not a single loser has got a point on the board. So are we going to see a change up in the norm with Forensic taking this next game? Forensic hovering over Sub-Zero, who I know he plays quite often, and has gone with the Sub-Zero pick. These two obviously know each other quite well, playing each other countless times on Combat League. And I think, like with most of us, Atrocity always seems to come out on top. And guys, if you weren't here last night, you missed out an absolute demolition by X-Ray 92, taking a 10-2, a first to 10, taking a 10-2 over the Atrocity. So I know that he's still feeling that, and I'm sure that if X-Ray is listening, X-Ray versus Atrocity Chapter 2 is on the way. That I can guarantee. But for now, it's 1-0 to Atrocity. Forensic gone with the Sub-Zero pick this time. Let's see if it's going to make a bit of a difference. Okay, I think that might have been an input error there by Forensic. Atrocity awake to that slide. Got caught in two minds there, did he? Okay, both players starting off rather untidily here. I think it was another input error there by Atrocity this time, and this time gets the damage, but didn't quite get the combo that I'm sure he was expecting to get. Okay, good 3-hit combo. Somebody is telling me that the screen is black. That's not nice at all. Okay, I'm sorry about that, guys. Atrocity taking that first game and taking the first round in the second match as well. Forensic trying to fight back there with a... Oh, he leaves himself open, and Atrocity doesn't make a full punish there. You know, Atrocity in the lead right now, but very uncharacteristic the drops that he's doing to... I think if he had connected most of the combos that he was trying to connect, he would have probably have finished this match off quite some time ago. But unfortunately, not sure what the issue is, but very uncharacteristic of Atrocity, dropping as many combos as he has. But as we're saying that, Atrocity storms into a 2-0 lead. He chose the Mercy.
Finish him.
Say cheese with a camera brutality. Johnny Cage taking it very convincingly. 2-0 over Forensic. That match is going to be updated on the bracket right now. So once again, guys, the loser of the match was unable to get a single point on the table. And Atrocity taking that by 2-0. Okay, we should be able to go into our next match straight away. Atrocity, thank you, great, well played. Solomon's is in the Steam lobby, so if Forensic and Atrocity can maybe just leave as soon as possible. And we're going to get Weed, I think it is, to take on Solomon's. Weed. Seaweed, sorry, I think your name is spelled incorrectly on the challenge website. Seaweed. So Seaweed is going to be taking on Solomon's. While we're waiting for Seaweed to join the bracket, I'm going to just make sure that the scores are, or rather the scoreboards are ready for the two competitors. So we've got Solomon's 92 taking on Seaweed. Okay, I'll make sure that I don't make the mistake again of not putting the game up. Seaweed, if you can maybe just come in and join the KOTH lobby as soon as possible. Seaweed, somebody can maybe just let Seaweed know on the group chat, or whoever is in contact with Seaweed, if you can just let Seaweed know that he has been sent an invitation. We're waiting for him to join the KOTH lobby, so that we can get this next match underway. While we're waiting there, guys, so quite an interesting observation thus far. Okay, as I was talking, I'll share that observation with you again. Seaweed is in the lobby, so Solomon's, if you can maybe just exit AFK so that we can get your match underway. And then I think that will round off Group C. Is anybody able to update me with regards to the score between Jim Chori and Clarence Renza? I really appreciate it. Charlie Alamak is gone for 10 to 15 minutes. That's fine. If you can just leave AFK, Solomon, so that you can take on Seaweed. It's about to take place, guys. Seaweed, a newcomer to the scene as far as I'm concerned. Never heard of him before. So it's going to be quite interesting to see how he goes up against one of the old guard in Solomon's 92. So, guys, if you're ready, I'm ready. We can get this match underway. Seskama Gaming, the Yoshman, Jared's Scriven, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Welcome to the chat, guys. Thank you so much for your participation. Jivan saying there's a black screen. I think the screen should be fine now. I see Solomon's and Seaweed are just about ready. Guys, you can start the match. I don't know why we're waiting. I'm not sure if there's an issue with the KOTH. I hope not. But you guys are more than ready to get this game underway. Okay, the game froze. Okay, not to worry, guys. I'm going to be inviting you back into a lobby. I'm just going to be... Okay, so we've got Solomon's 92 and Seaweed. They both still... So let's just try this again. Okay, guys, I just want to kind of urge you guys not to be too disgruntled by the little issues that we might be having with the streams, etc. You know, unfortunately, I'm the tournament organizer, I'm the editor, I'm the controller, I'm the coordinator. And thank you so much to Solomon and to Forensic for assisting me just from the background to try and make this a bit more smooth. But I suppose as we grow, we're going to get a bit more proactive, a bit more professional. Seaweed taking the first round KO Jackie, somebody who I'm sure Solomon knows quite well. And Solomon's is maybe just thinking about this a bit because I don't think he was expecting to have a mirror match. So are we going to see somebody a bit different? Somebody I've been not used to seeing Solomon's play with. He's hovering over Jackie. He's messing around with Jax.
One-man army.
Clarence is having connection issues. Okay, JKL, if you can just maybe let me know if you are in SA or not. We have indicated in the tournament rules that unfortunately because of the internet issues in Afrika and with this tournament being hosted by myself, unfortunately for the guys outside of South Africa, if there are connection issues, unfortunately the luck of the draw is going to be in favor of the South African competitor. So you guys can continue to try JKL and Clarence Renzo, but if by the time this match is finished, if you guys haven't connected, I'm gonna have to just give it over to whoever of you guys are based in South Africa, and we'll just have to take it from there. But we're not going to wait for the tournament. Okay, so we've got a hunker down Jax by Solomon's taking on the first round KO, and Seaweed seems to be on point with his cancels. I suppose a bit of a problem here for Jax if he's not too careful. Now Jax as a character, and I mentioned this last night as well, Jax as a character has been described by Sonic Fox himself as a bullshit character. These cancels are on point here by Seaweed. I need to ask the question, and I'll ask it as soon as this round is finished, as Jax is trying to stage a bit of a comeback here. Unfortunately, lands up into the up 3 wake up. I was going to ask, where has Seaweed been hiding?
Round 2. Fight!
Okay, Jax fighting back here with his forward 3-3, 1+3. Goes for the forward 3, down 2 I think it is, or down 4, I'm not too sure. Forward grab there, hitting up the arms as Jackson tries it again. Unfortunately, Jackie quite aware of what the dad's tactics are, but he's stepping closer and closer to those arms, and I think this is going to do it. The crushing blow connects. Jackie still with 19 life, but the forward grab finishes that round off. It's one round apiece, and Solomon's looked a bit more comfortable in that round. Guys, I'm thinking of something. I'm not sure if it's going to work, but let's just see what it's like, just to add some entertainment to the stream. As Jackie takes a bit of a life lead, but Jax is working his way back slowly. These guys more or less dead even on life now, and Jackie seems to be in a bit of trouble, struggling with these Jax mix-ups. Oh, forward grab might do this. It does. And after losing the first round, Solomons ends up taking that first game by 2 rounds to 1. And first time I'm seeing Seaweed, he looked extremely comfortable with that cancels, and Jackie looked, in the first round at least, like she was doing fairly well. But Solomons was able to pull that back and, you know, apply some Jax pressure of his own, and as a result, Solomons goes up game to 0. Okay, so what are we going to see coming from Seaweed in the second round? He's gone straight to the Jackie Briggs pick. Solomon's up game to 0. Okay, Jim Chori and Clarence Renzo. If anybody can just update me in terms of what that score is. Alamak, Mr. Stacks, I see you in the chat. Panda Bear asking Alamak what happened to him retiring from MK11. I think the PC community brought him back, Panda, to be quite honest with you. I'm looking for a score between Jim Chori and Clarence Renzo. As this second match takes place, Jackie, having won the first round in the previous game, has unfortunately succumbed to some Jack's pressure in that second and third round of the previous match, and Solomon's up by a game to 0. Okay, both players more or less even on life. Okay, and we've got fatal blow territory here by Jackie Briggs. Try to cancel, but unfortunately Jack's looking fairly strong and comfortable here, and it's match point for Solomon's 92. Match point for Solomon's 92.
Fight.
We'll see if we'll be able to turn this around. Good spacing there. 283 combo to start of this round. Nice pick up there from Jackie Briggs. Crushing blow to the back of the head. Solomon with the air escape. Plus frames. Great cancel there. Missed the follow up, but unfortunately for Seaweed, he gets the forward grab. Solomon's in the corner. Little defensive bar, and I think, but by a minor miracle, I think, and I'm correct in saying that Seaweed is going to take the second round. Now this round is extremely important, guys, because the winner of this round is either the winner of the match, or alternatively is going to take this game to a match number 3, the very first one for the evening, guys. So let's see if Seaweed is able to do us a bit of a favor by breaking the norm of what has happened since the start of this tournament. Okay, interrupting there is Jackie Briggs. Working away slowly to getting this Jack's health life down, and 171 life left for Jax. Arms are not heated. He's looking in a little bit of trouble, but it's fatal blow, and we know what happens in fatal blow territory. That is what happens. Solomon's taking it by 2 games to 0 with a clutch fatal blow victory, and that was actually a good show there by both guys. So Solomon's well played. If you can please not leave the KOTH, but if I can ask Seaweed if you can please leave as soon as possible. We are going to go into a break now, guys, just to kind of finalize everything. So we should be back in about 3 to 5 minutes. I'm just going to get me some liquid refreshment as well. Unfortunately, there's no liquor sales, so you're not going to see me as previously seen with a nice ice cold beer. But we are going to go into a break shortly, and I'll see you guys probably in about 5 minutes time to be safe. So Solomons, if you can please stay in the KOTH lobby. Seaweed, if you can please leave. Solomons, if you can just go AFK, and then I'm going to head over to the break screen. Gonna play some additional Mortal Kombat classic music for you guys, and I should see you guys shortly. Okay, guys, we are back. And as you can see on screen here, your very own African Mr. Aquaman. So, guys, we've got a next match coming up. It is a Group D round 1 match between Seskama and Mr. Jivs. That's going to be happening as soon as Mr. Jivs comes in and joins the KOTH lobby. So, guys, just while I was on the break here, I was just going through a couple of the brackets. So, bracket or Group 1 or round 1 rather in Group A has been finished, as well as in Group B. Group C, we're still waiting on Jim Chori and Clarence Renzo to come and sort out the match. I believe that Clarence Renzo is having a bit of connection issues. We're going to see if we can get around that while we're waiting for the Group D matches to finish. We've got, let's see, Seskama up against Mr. Jivs. And immediately after this, we're going to have Mastermind and Wife. Again, new to the tournament scene, taking on a player called Raiden 1911. So that's going to be taking place immediately after that. Unfortunately, because of the connection with African countries outside of South Africa, there's a humding of a match taking place in Group D between Dexter Fury and Tinashi. Unfortunately, guys, I'm going to have to ask you to have that match played off stream, as the viewing experience is obviously something that we are going to take in consideration. So, guys, without further ado, Seskama, first to the tournament scene, taking on Mr. Jivs, which I believe has taken part in a previous tournament. Mr. Jivs with a Frost pick taking on what seems to be a KOTH pick by Seskama. Game number 1, here we go. We're starting with an amplified ice blasts. Okay, 23 people in the WhatsApp chat. Thank you so much, guys. I see Amir, I see Lester Bernardo, I see Joshua Stevens. Welcome, everyone. Really appreciate your taking the time to just come in and support Africa's Mortal Kombat 11 talent. Okay, Seskama trying the tech throws, but unfortunately he connects and whoops the tech throw. Mr. Jivs not ready for that ground pound, that unblockable attack by KOTH and gets a 232 damage combo. Flies straight into a projectile by KOTH, and he's lucky there that he didn't press a button because he was on the verge of eating a crushing blow by KOTH. And fortunately for Mr. Jivs, he misses the crushing blow, he gets a grab of his own, and he takes this first round.
Fight!
Okay, some exercise or some patience being exercised here by Mr. Jivs. KOTH finding a way in, gets the backward grab, gets Frost closer and closer to that corner where I'm sure it's exactly where he wants Frost to be. Is it a forward grab? Is it the reverse grab? It's a forward grab. Okay, I see a couple of people supporting Jivan in the chat. Should be happy so far with Jivan having taken that first round. Very good. I think this character, the Arctic Anarchy pick by Mr. Jivs, really suits his playstyle. He has patience when he needs. He can play a bit of keep away. He's got good range on his normals, and unfortunately one of those normals led to a crushing blow. Well, we see what I'm thinking. Wow. I'm not sure how that happened, guys, but it must have been a split second where the crushing blow from Frost beat the projectile by KOTH. 2.33 life left. Guys, if that wasn't hyped, then I don't know. I honestly don't know. If that was not hyped, ooh fuck, says Joshua Stevens. Lita Chol, I see you, my friend. Thank you so much. So many Jiv supporters here. RIP, says Panda. Coming in clutch. That was as clutch as it comes. I honestly thought that KOTH's projectile was going to touch Frost just before Frost's fatal blow touched KOTH. Fortunately for Frost, the fatal blow won. And as things stand, while I'm talking about this, I'm actually forgetting what my responsibilities are here, guys. But as things stand now, Mr. Jivs has taken a 1-0 lead. Don't be too worried. I know the screen is dark. Keaton. I'm not too sure that anybody in the chat wants to know exactly what you've just written there, but you know what? If that's how that match made you feel, then Solomon's, Dexter and Tinashi, I've actually asked Forensic if he can please host that match off stream because of the connection issues. I think that it might be a bit of an issue for
I'll knock you out cold
the viewers on YouTube.
Round one. Fight!
So, as things stand now, Sescom has gone for the Digital Soldier pick, the Cassie Cage. Jivan still with that Arctic Anarchy, saving his crushing blow. It seems like Sescom might not be 100% comfortable with this particular matchup because it does seem like Sescom is, or rather Mr. Jivs, is having a bit of joy with just about everything that he's trying to throw out. He gets an amplified spin, and Sescom finds himself in some serious trouble here. He's trying to fight back. Hannes van Sail, oh my goodness. How are you, my friend? I haven't seen you since the last tournament. So nice to see you here. In for a bit and a look again. Great stuff. Thank you so much, Hannes. I know exactly why you are here. And you're going to be seeing Dizzle, or Shizzle, my Dizzle, taking on, if I'm not mistaken, Mastermind and Wife immediately after this. Both players have been informed. They will be invited as soon as this match is finished. Solomons, if you can hear me, Forensic should be trying to get Dexter Fury and Tinashi to have their match played off stream. Okay, as I'm speaking here, Jivan, or Mr. Jivs as he's better known as, finding himself very close to a victory here, but Sescom lands the fatal blow. And this is going to a round number 3, guys. Now, quite interesting for those of you who have been following since the beginning of this tournament, every single match thus far has been 2-0. There hasn't been a single game that has gone to a game 3. And I'm sure that Jivan and all his supporters here on chat is hoping that this particular match is not going to go down to a game 3 either. Okay, connects with the amplified projectile there, does Frost. Trying to keep Cassie away with that little ice bombs. Cassie fighting back. Forces Mr. Jivs out of his defensive meter. Tries the fatal blow, didn't quite work, but it does get the dive, the ice dive, or slalom slide, or whatever it's called, but this is so clutch, guys.
Finisher.
And Mr. Jivs takes that by 2-0 over Sescom in both matches. Jared saying that Jivan is not going to disappoint. He did not disappoint at all. The moans. Her voice. So once again, guys, it is another 2-0 win. I'm not sure if the number 3 is jinxed, but we just have not seen a game number 3 all evening. Every match thus far that has been played off stream or on stream has finished 2-0. So guys, if you can just leave the KOTH, Mr. Jivs taking that 2-0 over Sescom. I am busy updating the bracket as we speak. And what we are going to see next, guys, is a familiar face and a not so familiar face. Okay, Solomon just asking me who's next. Okay, so I'm going to be sending the invitations out to the 2 next competitors. That would be who you see as Raiden 1911 on the challenge website, as well as Mastermind and Wife. Okay guys, so everything thus far has been 2-0. There hasn't been a single game that has gone to 2-1. So it's going to be quite interesting to see what the outcome of this particular match. Mastermind and Wife I'm not too familiar with. And then Raiden on the other hand, let's just call this guy Raiden 1911, taking on Mastermind. So both competitors I'm not 100% familiar with. But as things stand now, this match is about to get underway, guys. First to two, for those of you who do not know. First to two, and Dizzle for Shizzle. Dizzle, my Nizzle for Shizzle. Somebody's got connection issues, which I find quite interesting because both competitors are from SA. So we're not going to spend too much time worrying about what went wrong. We're going to try to get Raiden 1911 back into the KOTH lobby. Forensic, if you can maybe just give me an update. Clarence. Unfortunately, having some serious difficulties connecting. So we're going to have to give that game over to Jim Chori. Clarence, we'll sort it out again. Don't worry. This is not going to be the last time that we are going to be crossing paths. But unfortunately, these things happen. Raiden is back. And hopefully this is going to stay.
Aaron Black. Liu Kang.
Okay, so we've got Aaron Black up against Liu Kang here. Or we don't. Okay, this is unfortunately one of those things. So I'm going to ask Solomons to just create another KOTH and then invite me. Okay, so I'm going to leave the KOTH right now and I'm just waiting for Solomons to create another KOTH and invite me. Yeah, we are busy sending out invites now, so don't worry too much. Okay guys, so before this we saw Mr. Jivs taking on Seskama and Seskama going down by 2-0. Okay, I'm just trying to get back into the KOTH here. Okay, Solomons, I see your invitation, so we're going to get this underway fairly shortly, guys. Mr. Jiv's taking that 2-0 over Seskama, looking extremely comfortable with his Arctic Anarchy Frost. So let's just try to get these gentlemen back into the KOTH, and hopefully this time is going to hold out. So the challenge bracket, if I'm not mistaken, looks something like this. Let's just update that we're waiting for the guys to enter the lobby. Okay, I see Dizzle is in. So we're just waiting on Mastermind and Wife to come in and join us. Okay, so Clarence Renzo, I see you back in. If you can, oh, you know, I feel so bad when these things happen. It's telling me the session's not available. Okay, let's just see if Solomon's can maybe invite okay, so we are waiting for Mastermind to come in and join us. It's saying that the KOTH is not available. I'm gonna ask Solomons to get a invitation through to him. $100, thanks, bud. Okay, Alamak, it says here that you have taken on Demo ST and you have won him 2-0. So that game was obviously played off stream. So let's just wait for this one to take place as well, because I think after this, round 1 is just about finished. We're waiting for an update on Forensic, or from Forensic rather. Regarding the score between Dexter Fury and Tinashi. Okay guys, so while we're just waiting for things to happen here, I'm just going to put a different screen up there. Guys, so round 1 is finished. I'm sure that all of the competitors probably know that this particular tournament will probably not finish tonight. But we are going to get at least the second round matches for those guys who haven't played a match yet. We are going to get those matches underway as soon as the group stages have been finalized. And then again, I'm going to need my placeholders, Forensic and Solomon's, just to make sure that the communication goes out in terms of who's playing on stream and who's playing off stream. It's going to be the winner's side. So I think for those of you who are in the losers bracket, I think it's safe to say that based on the time, we're going to make a call in terms of whether the tournament is going to continue well into this evening or if we're going to reconvene tomorrow. But there's still a couple of matches, especially round 2, that needs to take place, because I think there's a few of those players who haven't played this evening yet. Those guys who received buys, let's just wait for Mastermind and Wife to come in and join us. Okay guys, I hope you've been enjoying the tournament thus far. You know, I think every single tournament that we've hosted thus far, unfortunately, it comes with its own little issues. So, unfortunately, the issues are a combination of Steam, Mortal Kombat PC. The port has probably given us more drama than what we would like. And then also connection issues, you know, all the stories going around about the undersea cables being the issue. You know, it's very difficult to to have a tournament like this without some sort of issues popping up. But we're trying our best, guys. We're keeping it real. We're keeping it Mortal Kombat 11. And, you know, even with all the issues, I'm so happy to see 25 people actively taking part in the chat. So, you know, I can't complain too much. Thank you so much, guys. If you haven't subscribed, when I last checked, I think the channel had something like 80 subscribers. It is my ultimate wish to have 100 subscribers by the end of this lockdown period, which is the 16th of April. I am going to be bringing you as much content as possible. If you are new to the channel, please, guys, I've got some content, some videos, some tutorials, some first to five, some first to tens, you know, some stream practices. So, guys, we even had a throwback in this week where myself and the Stabs took each other on. We probably played about 40 games of Mortal Kombat 9, and it was so much fun. So, guys, not too sure. Solomons, if you can just let me know what's happening with Mastermind. I'd really appreciate that. Mastermind and wife, I'm not sure where you at, my friend. If you can please just let me know what's going on your side. I'd really appreciate it. Okay, he just got it now, so he's hoping it's going to connect. Okay, guys, I'm hoping it's going to connect too. We have been waiting. I'm also waiting for Dexter Fury and Tinashi's result to come in. If Forensic can maybe just update me on that particular one. Okay, Forensic. Just wanting to find out if Dexter and Tinashi played. Okay, so somebody sent me a message, and okay, it looks like Mastermind and wife might be the issue here. In which case I'm gonna have to, unfortunately, guys, you know, this is one thing that I hate doing, but if there are connection issues, unfortunately, the match is going to have to be forfeited for the sake of the stream and for the audience. So I'm sure that you guys will understand. But, you know, situations like this, unfortunately, it is outside of our control. But the show must go on, guys. So unfortunately, if the matches are unable to be played due to connection issues, it's going to have to be a forfeit, which is something I absolutely hate doing. But I'm sure that you'll understand for the sake of the audience here, that we actually just need to go on. So, you know, I don't want to sound like I'm patronizing. What's the story? Do you need a host? Yeah, please, Forensic. Okay, rebooted my router. Okay, so we are going to give Mastermind the benefit of the doubt here. Just while I'm doing that, I'm going to just entertain you guys with some Mortal Kombat, classic Mortal Kombat music. Okay, guys, I think for the sake of everybody, if you guys want to grab a smoke, want to grab something, please do so. We are going to go into a break now just to get everybody back on track. Because we do want to get round 2 matches started as well. So, Dizzle, or if our friend Hannes van Zyl is available, just to let him know that the matches are underway. We thank you. We really appreciate the fact that he's being patient, waiting in the lobby. And we are going to get this match as soon as possible. If there's any updates, I'm going to Rene, okay, perfectly. You are there. Thank you so much for your patience, my friend. We are going to try to get Mastermind in the KOTH lobby as soon as possible. He is having a little bit of internet issues, but he's restarted his router, and hopefully the easy win that you are saying. Yeah, you never know. You never know. We've never seen this match been played before. Dizzle versus Mastermind and Wife. And yo, Tam, welcome. Who's competing at the moment? We've got Dizzle for Shizzle, my Nizzle, or Dizzle, my Nizzle for Shizzle, or something to that. Taking on Mastermind and Wife. Mastermind is just trying to get himself back into the KOTH. So we are going to just go into a quick break. Dizzle, you acknowledge that you are there, so we'll keep an eye on the stream. But for now, we are going to go into a break, and I'll see you guys very shortly. Okay, Dizzle, no need. Mastermind has just sent me a message to say that the match can be given to you on the basis that he's having some serious connection issues on his side. So let's just see here. So Mastermind, unfortunately, is disqualified, guys. So Mastermind, unfortunately, goes down 2-0 to Renier Truter, aka Dizzle for Shizzle, my Nizzle. Okay, so Mastermind and Wife. 2-0. Okay, I have done that, Solomon, so that's perfect. Unfortunately, it's just one of those things. Okay, so guys, Dizzle, if you can leave the KOTH lobby, you've been given that match by 2-0, so you were quite right when you said it's an easy win. We are going to go into a quick break, guys, and we're just going to reconvene, and we will be back shortly. Okay guys, here we are back. Round 2 matches underway right now. We've got Ghost taking on Nevermore. Guys, if you can just give me some feedback in the chat to let me know if the stream is showing perfectly on that side. Looks to be that way.
Number 2, Shaolin.
Okay, Nevermore going up against Travis. Both of these players were quite active in the previous tournament, so this should be a great match. Guys, thank you so much for your patience. I really appreciate it. Still 24 people in the chat. That's absolutely fantastic, guys. I hope you're enjoying the content. I hope you're enjoying the matches. Nothing has changed so far. Every single match has only been 2 matches. None have gone to a game 3 thus far. And this should be an interesting match between Aaron Black, a character I know is not liked too much by Nevermore. Okay, starting off with their typical Kung Lao dive kick shenanigans. Okay, Kung Lao was such a good grab game. Okay, a crushing blow there by Aaron Black at last, and he's getting a bit of momentum here, but unfortunately the air escape causes him to whiff the slide, and he's going to possibly eat quite a bit of damage. 197 before that breakaway came into effect, so Aaron Black, still a bit of a while to go before he can consider himself being close to taking this particular game. Will we see a fatal blow? Oh, we could have seen one right there. Okay, Nevermore staggers and closes that with the forward 1-3, I think it is. First round going to Nevermore.
Round 2, fight!
So nice to see all these competitors just coming together to compete in a bit of friendly Mortal Kombat 11 action. Okay. Tries the grab tech, tries the teleport, but unfortunately eats the double barrel fist straight to the face. Aaron Black at one stage looked like he was having a bit of a life lead. Probably still does, but unfortunately... Oh, I didn't realize it, but he's actually gone for the Barking Irons variation, so he's got the slide cancelled. Whoa. Fatal blow combo, and this is probably going to do very close to 400 damage, if not more than 400. Great combo there from Nevermore, 401 damage to be exact. Tries the fatal blow himself, but unfortunately Nevermore awake to it, but not awake to that back grab here. And Aaron Black, he's got every opportunity right now to seal the game with what I thought was going to be shotguns from, or rifle shots from the other side of the screen, but Nevermore worked himself in. Ghost still got that game. Oh, grab. Into the corner goes Aaron Black. And this is a problem right now because Kung Lao's got a very strong grab game, as we can see here, guys. Actually a counter there. He could have gone for the crushing blow. I don't know why he chose not to cash in, but might come back to haunt him. I think it's going to come back to haunt him. Hannes van Zyl saying 100% go Chris, says Lester Lombardo. And Nevermore taking that first game. Took him 3 rounds to get there, but he got there nonetheless. 1-0. Now again, guys, this is the challenge that I'm going to put up. Is this going to be the first game 3 that we have tonight? Whether the games have been played off stream or on stream, every single match thus far has ended up being 2-0. So I'm hoping that what we are going to see right here is a game number 3. For the first time tonight, I'm hoping we are going to see a game number 3. Because it hasn't happened tonight yet. Sticks to Eren Black, which I think is the right thing to do. We are going to game 3, says Jojo Kun. Am I pronouncing that correct? Alaric, welcome to the chat, my friend. I see you. Unfortunate for you, earlier on, you didn't have the best of time against the Kano. But, you know, you're not out of this tournament just yet.
Fight!
Eren Black versus Kung Lao, Lotus First, and probably starting off the round where he ended off, did Kung Lao. That was a good spacing there, a crushing blow with the forward 4, and this could be a bit of momentum, exactly what Eren Black might have been needing at this point in time. It's yet another grab by Kung Lao, and unfortunately gets a crushing blow. Okay, backward throw coming in there from Eren Black. Both players are in Fatal Blow territory now, I think. Whose Fatal Blow are we going to see coming out first? I don't think we're going to need a Fatal Blow because he had the orbiting hat. He connected the flying kick into the orbiting hat. 2-hit combo. Took about 100 life points, so about 10% of his life is gone by that little combination. That forward 3-2 string whooped by Eren Black, and unfortunately had to eat a bit of punish or a bit of damage as a result of that whoop. Kung Lao making his way in, but Eren Black fighting back, or trying to fight back at least. This could be some serious trouble. I've never seen that before, guys. What? Can somebody please just tell me what happened right there? The Fatal Blow connected, but it just knocked him back. So I'm not sure if he didn't have any more bullets left, but as things stand now, Nevermore takes yet another match by 2-0. So guys, thank you so much. The score there is Nevermore 2, Ghost 0. We are going to get our next match on stream now, so I'm just going to go to the break screen. We're not going to take an actual break, guys, but this is just for me to invite my opponent, who's going to be coming up next. I believe that is Ballistic Anarchy, if I'm not mistaken. So I think Ballistic Anarchy is my next match, as I'm busy updating the scores here on this particular bracket. Nevermore taking that by 2-0. Stabs taking that 2-0 over Sheldon. And up next, guys, it's myself against Ballistic Anarchy. I'm just going to try and get him into the KOTH lobby. I'm going to leave the break screen just in case some of you are thinking that we have taken yet another break. It's not the case. And while we're waiting for Ballistic Anarchy to join us, I'm just going to be updating the scoreboard as well. Okay, so this is Ballistic Anarchy, who is fairly new to the scene. He has joined the KOTH lobby, so I'm going to be exiting AFK. This is my official match, guys. After this match, if I'm not mistaken, we are going to be having Edison Carlos going up against Solomon's 92. That should be an interesting match. Okay, now I do know that we've been playing this morning.
Eren Black.
I'm not 100% sure what the outcome of those games were. Guys, if you are going to be playing your matches off stream, could I just please ask you to update the scores or to inform me of the score as soon as possible? everything going good in the chat right now, guys? Is the stream still up? We had our first 2-1 between Sheldon and Kevin. That's fantastic. Okay, so we've got Eren Black, myself choosing Eren Black
You're a hard man to
versus
Why are you
the latest character in this game being Spawn.
This clown paid me to.
round one? Fight.
Okay, forward or backward grab rather coming through. By Ballistic Anarchy. Good start. To get out of that crushing blow range.
The good, the bad, and
Round two. Fight.
Oh, and that's the crushing blow that I'm sure he was looking for since the beginning of this match. I'm going to eat quite a bit of damage here. Hit the cancel there.
Finish him. Eren Black wins.
Okay, so Eren Black. Atrocity's taken that 2-0 over his opponent. Caucasian Dynamite, I think it was. I'm not too sure. But Atrocity off stream has taken his match by 2-0 as well. While we're waiting for this match to start again, I'm just going to be updating the score here. So that anybody new to the stream can actually just see exactly what's happening.
Tex. Chronica's timepiece.
Okay, up next we've got Edison Carlos taking on Solomon's 92, and followed by that we're going to have, if I'm not mistaken, H taking on Dizzle, my Nizzle.
looking mighty fine, Miss Briggs.
Cut the cowboy shtick.
I think
Not
Eren
interested.
Black was lying
Straight to
to
business.
Jackie there, saying she's looking mighty fine because she looks horrendous with this Spawn outfit. I'm not sure what the developers at NetherRealm were thinking, but gosh, this is a horrible.
Let's get nuts.
The escape caught me off guard there. Whoop, that's a double.
Fastest gun in Outworld.
Round two. Fight.
Okay, so thank you, Ballistic Anarchy, for that match. Myself, Charlie Wolf, taking that by 2-0. So if I can just ask you, Ballistic Anarchy, if you can please just leave the chat so that we can go over into our next match, which is a match between um, Solomon's 92 and Edison Carlos. Now, Edison Carlos, I must be honest with you guys, for those of you who haven't played Edison Carlos before, he's actually a player who plays multiple characters. And what we are going to do very shortly is to just get those two gentlemen into the lobby. I see Solomon's is obviously already there. So we're just going to try to get Edison Carlos in as well. And we're going to go back into our matches. So guys, just for you to so I took my last game 2-0 against Ballistic Anarchy. Edison Carlos is taking on Solomon's 92. Atrocity has taken that 2-0 over Jim Chori, so he's moving on into the winners finals of Group C. And then after this particular match, we are then going to go into our next match, which is H versus Dizzle My Nizzle for Shizzle. And then we've also got Tinashi taking on Mr. Jivs. And I think that's going to be the end of tonight's action, guys. We are going to have to continue with this tournament tomorrow. But let's just see. What do we have going on here? Game session not available. Let's try again. Okay. So I'm just going to exit this KOTH, guys, and I'm going to send invitations out to both Solomon's as well as Edison Carlos. So let's just see if Edison Carlos is going to be able to join us. Pulela, thank you so much. I see your comment there in the chat. So I've sent an invitation out to Edison Carlos now, and I'm hoping that there's not going to be any issues with his connection. He is outside of South Africa, guys, and it seems to be a common thing for players outside of South Africa. Again, it's not available. So I'm just going to try and update my game data and see if second last hit of Aaron's fatal hit is push low and thus not connecting the fatal blow. Okay, I get that. Obviously making reference to a question I asked in the previous match where Aaron Black's fatal blow connected with Kung Lao, but the fatal blow didn't register. And thanks Jesse Soko for your contribution and for the answer. 21 people still watching the YouTube channel, guys. Thank you so much. Thomas K, I see you. Jivan still there as always. Donovan, hi there. How are you? I haven't seen your comment until now. Okay, so Solomon, if Solomon can maybe just host a KOTH. I'd really appreciate it. Solomon, I need you, buddy. Okay, so again, we're waiting for some confirmation that he's connection issues are behind us, but unfortunately it seems like everybody that's outside of South Africa is having difficulty connecting. So I see Solomon has invited me to the KOTH right now. I'm going to see if I can connect. And I don't think it's an issue. I honestly don't think it's an issue. Okay, Stab saying he's going to be hosting Caucasian and Charles offline. I appreciate that, Kevin. Much appreciated. Okay, this is one of those things. Okay, so Solomon's Edison Carlos is unable to join the KOTH. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm actually going to try to get the next match between Dizzle, my Nizzle, for Shizzle and H. That's going to be taking place shortly. So I'm just going to inform the two competitors that they just need to hold off, and we're going to get Dizzle in here to take on, if I'm not mistaken, to take on H. So the guy's called H, but I'm sure there's a much better name to call him than H. Dizzle, my Nizzle, is indeed taking on H. So let's just get H in here and let's just see if he's going to be available. He's definitely in the... Let's just get these guys in as well. Okay, and then Jivan and Tinashi, you guys are going to be next. Okay guys, so Dizzle my Nizzle is in the KOTH. I'm waiting on Ignis or H to come and join us as well. Okay, so he's in, and as things stand now guys, we are going to have the next match underway. We are just going to be updating the scores. So I'm going to call this guy here Raiden 1911, and I'm going to be calling his opponent H. I'm going to actually just call him Ignis. He does go by that name, by the way. So we're getting back into the game, guys. Thank you so much for your patience. I really appreciate it. We've got Berserker Baraka taking on what looks to be a 52 card pickup Aaron Black. Guys, is the stream up and running? I just want to make sure that I'm not pressing the incorrect button or choosing the wrong option. Rodney K. Oh my goodness, I haven't heard or seen you, or I haven't ever seen you before. But I've never seen you active in any platform for quite some time. Really nice to see you. Hannes van Sale, as always, showing support for his homeboy Dizzle.
It's a trap.
Jivan, I see you there. You are going to be taking on Tinashi fairly shortly. So guys, without further ado, we're just getting into our next match. It's Berserker Baraka taking on 52 card pickup Aaron Black. Now I played some of the games this morning with Baraka, and definitely no slouch. But that being said, my Nizzle for Shizzle, who's obviously well known to the Mortal Kombat PC community, having taken part in the previous tournament, is no slouch whatsoever. And I think that's unfortunate for him there, because I saw the lag spike, which I think caused him to drop his combo. These guys are both based in South Africa, guys, so unfortunately the issues that you can experience with the net, unfortunately there's not too much we can do about that. Okay, unfortunately for Baraka, he doesn't have the best zoning, so playing a full screen game against Aaron Black is not going to be the most effective strategy. He has to get in, and he's trying. Looks to be a little bit of nerves coming here out from H. And again, he eats the forward 3-2 combo, gets the chop, but he's standing on the goo of death, as it was called in the chat. And I think that's going to smell the end of Baraka in this first match. Not just yet. Is he in fatal blow range? He is, but unfortunately doesn't utilize it, and he loses the first. He's trying a. Okay, let's just say he was trying a vitality. It's down, 1, I think it is. Also an excuse to just sneak in a little bit of a teabag there. I'm sure Hannes van Zyl will know the answer. Hannes, do you think that was an attempt at a fatality? Or do you think that was a teabag? Please let me know in the chat. I'd really like to see. Do you think that was an attempt at a fatality, or do you think that was a teabag? I have my thoughts. And I don't think it was an attempted fatality. I could be wrong. But as things stand now, guys, Dizzle's up by 1-0.
Tex. Special Forces Clubhouse.
Not a fatality. I didn't think it was. Okay, so am I right in saying that H has gone with a hidden pick? Looks like a Cabal pick. Taking on 52 card pickup. Joshua Stevens says, oof, oof. Yeah, no, that was a very well disguised fatality attempt. Let's put it that way. Okay, so he's gone with the Cabal pick. Tossing things, tossing fossils and Aaron Black, hoping to get in this time. Okay. Good 3-hit combo, taking away just over 20% of Aaron Black's life. Aaron Black answering back with a little combo of his own. The back 2-2-2. The goo of death is down. Unfortunately, there is a bit of lag here that's causing players, both of them, to drop their combos. Jivan is going to kill, says Amir Abrams. Kulukani Jali says, what's up, Carlo? How's it, my friend? Let's just call you KJ for now. It's 1-0 to Dizzle at the moment, and it looks like he's going to very much go into a 2-0 lead. He does. Cheeky burger.
Round 2. Fight!
Okay, the connection is not great here, guys. Unfortunately, it's going to be one of those things that whoever's going to lose this match probably going to have an excuse. But MK Jackal, I refuse to call you MK Jackal. How can you have a prefix of MK where you don't play MK? I think you should be called Tekken Jackal. Thank you so much for joining, my friend. We simply know you as the guy who won EGE 2018, I think it was. Kulekani, thank you so much for participating. I really appreciate it. Who's in the next match? It's Jivan versus Tinashi. Hopefully both of them are going to be able to play without having too much connection issues, as H, I think, establishes for the first time in this entire set a little bit of momentum here, getting the fatal blow, but unfortunately he's not even going to get a life lead here. Any Kitanas, I can play a Kitana if you want me to, but I can't promise that I'm going to be any good. Where's my EGE money? Okay, he's get the fatality. Your EGE money is somewhere, but it's not in your bank account, I can tell you that much. Mr. Jivs, I hope you're ready.
Black wins.
Okay, so if both of you players can just leave the KOTH lobby, I'll really appreciate it. And we're going to get our next match in. Let me just put the break screen up there. We are going to get the next match in. And the next match is going to be between FTS Tinashi and Mr. Jivs. So if you guys can just make yourselves ready, I am going to be inviting you. Dizzle, thank you so much. You're more than welcome to leave the KOTH now. Great victory there by yourself. Taking that by 2-0 over who is clearly known as H. Josh Harvey, welcome to the chat. Timothy Stevens, obviously rooting for Mr. Jivs by the look of it. Amir Abrams, for some other reason, said COVID-19. That's exactly the reason why I think we have so many people not just participating, but participating in the stream as well. So I'm going to get the invitation sent out now to Mr. Jivs as well as to Tinashi, and we can get... Okay, so I don't see Tinashi in the... Okay, so let me just find out where Tinashi is. Okay, I see Mr. Jivs has joined the lobby right now, so I'm just waiting for Tinashi to come in and join us. Now, this is on stream, Tinashi. You are going to be famous now. You're going to be made famous. I'm going to be sending, if you can please just get into the Steam lobby so that I can send an invitation out to you. FTS Tinashi, I see you there now. Ella, I see you still busy in the chat as well. Okay, so guys, this is going to be our final match for the evening. I think Solomon's is still due to take on... sorry, I can't remember who your opponent is now, Solomon's. Let's just see. Okay, FTS Tinashi is here. And we're about to get this game underway. So this, like I said, this is going to be the last game for the evening, guys. We are going to reconvene tomorrow, and I think what we are going to be doing is we're going to be trying to get some time slots sent out to everybody who's still left over in the tournament. I think everybody's still here, unless there are a couple of loser side matches that have taken place. What's a cuck one? Rumor has it Tinashi take... Okay, that's... some interesting chats going on here on YouTube. So guys, while we're waiting for the match to start, I realized that I haven't updated the score. But you are seeing now a match between Mr. Jivs and Tinashi,
Yeah.
and it's starting right about
Round
now.
fight.
Okay, it's Mr. Jivs and FTS Tinashi going at it. Mr. Jivs with a backward grab there, getting Cassie Cage into the corner. This is Mr. Jivs' Arctic Anarchy variation, which seemed to be quite dominant over his first opponent in Seskama. So Tinashi trying to fight back. He's sitting on about 40% life right now. And I think both players are just about level. Great play here from both gentlemen here, and okay, it's quite tense here. Tinashi tries, or rather Mr. Jivs tries the fatal blow attempt, tries the grab as well, and you know, Tinashi showing that he's about ready for just about everything that Mr. Jivs is throwing at him. Tries the crushing blow. He misses the grab attempt and eats a crushing blow to the face. Back 3 to end of the first round, and that first round goes to Tinashi.
Round 2. Fight.
Okay, good jump over the projectile into an instant die there from Frost, and this seems to be a very, very, very tightly contested match, this, and probably a fitting way to end off the evening. We started off the evening with so many 2-0s. We eventually got a couple of 2-1s off stream, albeit. And unfortunately, Frost is going to eat a fair chunk of damage here because she opened herself up by doing something rather unsafe. Okay, I think that might have been an input error there. Didn't work out. Eats a crushing